Moonlighter, developed by Digital Sun Games and published by 11-Bit Studios, is a combination action management game where you play as Will, a merchant that delves into several dungeons to obtain goods for his family shop, Moonlighter. The action side of this game features a standard hack-and-slash fighting style similar to other dungeon crawlers, while the shopkeeping aspect has you researching item costs, item popularity, and market inflation, while simultaneously looking out for thieves and special customer requests. The action-oriented segment of this game feels like a solid core to build a game around, although I found the overall challenge level to be slightly on the easy side. Once you find your preferred weapon, there's very little stopping you from using the same tactics throughout the game. Dodge rolling gives you more than enough invulnerability to evade any real threat, and I found combat to boil down into roll up, slash a few times, and roll away. That said, it's very satisfying to keep from getting hit through masterful use of rolling, and the hits usually feel very visceral. The looting side of dungeons gives a fairly sizable level of items to obtain, but the sizable portion serve no purpose other than selling in the shop. Players that enjoy expansive upgrade tiers may be disappointed to find that only 3 or 4 items need to be found in each dungeon for a noticeably paltry number of upgrades. On the other hand, the item gathering has a very nice feel to it, as chest items are usually cursed, with problematic or rewarding mechanics. It requires careful thinking to keep an item from destroying another or placing several morphing items into neat little stacks to gain the most value out of your runs. I do wish there were a few more curses, but there's a good balance given the limited inventory space. The dungeons themselves are centered around a certain overall theme, with a forest dungeon, desert dungeon, and stone dungeon to name a few. While the variance is interesting, there seems to be a relatively limited pool of room layouts for each dungeon. While not a game breaker, I'd like to see a few more room types added in each dungeon, as I never felt a sense of discovery after the first few runs. The bosses maintained a sense of uniqueness that I didn't find in the journey to them, but as each boss can only be beaten once, as far as I can see at the time of writing, I feel as though there's a certain bit of variety trimmed down. The game does develop a life of its own with the shopkeeping, however. I enjoy dealing with thieves, and setting the prices of items feels personal and fun. I never really noticed item popularity and market flooding though, which felt a little disappointing. After running a dungeon several times, it's also relatively easy to find the perfect pricing of items, after which you're just waiting around for thieves to come in. I'd like to see more effort go into more gameplay options for the shops, like customers haggling for a better price, or regular customers asking for a steady supply of a particular item, or even a competing shop that requires you to sell items at a lower value. That said, it's very enjoyable, and I feel as though I'm rewarded for a hard night's work. Without being too down on upgrades to the shop, the only upgrades I noticeably felt were in the direct shop expansions, where you gain increased shop customization and more display stands. I'd love to see more variety in the shop expansions, with wallpaper and flooring options, as well as more decorative items. Perhaps a dynamic system wherein selling certain items more often would result in a shop looking more like the themes of those items. I'd also like to see more emphasis on selling weapons and armor. Those items are usually bothersome to obtain, and I never felt as though I needed to sell them in order to get enough money. Overall, the variety of items could use a bit more work, but it again may clash with the lack of inventory space while in dungeons. While this review seems to be largely critical, Moonlighter has managed to keep me entertained for about 10 hours now. I'm not quite finished with the game, and I'm interested in seeing what's beyond the 5th door, but I don't know if I'd be interested in replaying the game from the beginning. While the gameplay is solid, there's nothing inherently special aside from the shopkeeping, which I'd like to see expand. It manages to do a passable job on all fronts without taking too much risk. If you'd like to read this review, or other reviews, check out the Fixing Gaming section at thereviewerslegacy.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please take the time to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for your time.